Hello and welcome to the 1875 Talk Show. I'm sat here at half time. I am watching the game. Before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe, like always. Okay, well, this is the final game before we go into the World Cup that no one actually gives a crap about. And it sees Birmingham City take on Sunderland. Blues come back into the game with Bielik back. Joe Bellingham taking his first start of the season. Dean still has not recovered from a calf injury, so Colin moves into the back three and Bakuna moves to right wing back. First thing I want to say is Sky Sports commentators actually gave us a couple of compliments at the start of the match. I almost fainted. Looking at the injury record for Sunderland, it was very reminiscent to what happened to the Blues last season, just injury after injury. Crowd sounded absolutely great for kick-off, and the silence for the remembrance was really nice to see. The first half kicked off with early pressing from Sunderland, great sweeping move, some really nice passing, put the ball into a very dangerous area, but super ruddy with a sliding save. Pritchard shortly after with a free kick, slammed into the wall. Diddy rushed out. Pritchard takes a second shot and Ruddy calmly smothers the ball. First corner for the Blues, Hannibal standing over it. Delivery must be better than it was against Swansea. Ball came in, Trusty to attack it, but a defender put it up for another corner. Hannibal put it back in. The ball came back out to Hannibal, who passed it to Longelo, flicked it on. Sanderson flicked it in. Sanderson flicked it on to Deeney, who nearly put it in the top bin with his head, but hits the bar, come out, and Hogan just kind of scuffed it a little bit. Some smooth play by Blues in the early moments. Longelo was fouled on the left. Sunderland player went down on the ground. I can't remember who it was. I think there was a coming together of heads. On the replay, he looked like he got sandwiched between Trusty and another Sunderland defender. Trusty hit him with the elbow on the head on the way down. Sky Sports cameraman seemed to really love the look of young Joe Bellingham this afternoon. I should say this evening. Bakuna was taken out again quite quickly and quite badly. He was down on the ground, nothing given. Two times, actually about 3 or 4 times during the first half, Deeney has tried a lovely little cheeky flick over to Hogan, only to be pipped up by an inch. Bit of a miscommunication between Trusty and Longelo at one point, forcing Ruddy to come out and smother the ball. Ruddy gave them a piece of his mind, let's just put it that way. Shortly after, shoddy defended by Blues, leaves Sims at a tight angle, slips the ball into the bottom left, Sunderland nil. Blues 1, Blues nil, Sunderland 1. Ruddy got a hand to it, but unfortunately couldn't keep it out of the net. Clark shortly after was given a free kick right on the edge of the penalty area, and Hannibal was shown a yellow card. It was a silly foul to give away in a really bad area, but the free kick went slightly wide of the right post. Blues are really making a lot of problems for themselves. There's a lot of individuals out there at the minute, but not a lot of team movement. As you can see, Blues have had quite a fair bit of possession, and I think that's the problem. We've had too much time on the ball. Cast your mind back to Millwall, where we just stood on the ball for too long. We've had more shots, when equal shots on target. We've had off target blocked. Our passing's been okay. It's really annoying. You know, if based on the stats alone, we should be ahead or at least level. Deeney seems to have moved into a number 10 role, slightly back. Shortly after, Deeney again slid the ball into Hogan, but the Sunderland keeper came rushing out. Hogan should have put it in the near post, but he went for the other post and keeper blocked it, denied Blues the equaliser. I think the half-time really couldn't come quick enough. There's been a lot of moments by Blues that have really looked good, but we're just not converting those chances. We're making Sunderland look better than they are. Sunderland have been set up to just frustrate us, and they're sticking to their game plan. Deeney through to Hogan, again took another shot, gave Blues a corner this time. Given the chances and the fact that we've been undefeated at 6 at St Andrews, we have to go back to August to the last time we've been beaten at St Andrews. I still think Blues could pull it back. 3 minutes of added time and not really much of consequence to happen during the end of the first half. Yeah, I cannot tell you who the best player of the half has been. I'd say Deeney, and between Deeney or Bielik. Bielik really has shored up that centre midfield role where he normally sits, and he looks like the confident player he was before the ban he had. I thought, looking at it, that Baka would be the weak link on the wings, but honestly, Longelo has looked tired. He's looked leggy and out of the game. Not the player I saw against Swansea, not the player I saw against other teams. I hope this is rectified in the second half. But we shall see, and I'll see you all shortly after the second half. Welcome back to 1875 Talk Show, and that's the end of the second half, and it's finished Birmingham City 1, Sunderland 2. Start of the second half, Blues were not pressing their marks, let Sunderland have too much of the ball, and then just, he popped up, and I'll read out exactly what I typed. Wow, just bloody wow. What the hell has happened to the Blues we have been watching over the last few weeks? Diallo with a bursting run. Longello completely switched off. He weren't even on the pitch anymore at that point. He may as well have been on his holidays. Ball put onto his left foot. Great shot, great goal. I'm not going to take anything off the lad. It was a good goal. Sunderland were then pressing Blues like we've been pressing other teams over the last few weeks. This is not the Blues team we've enjoyed watching. Eustace needs to throw the dice and throw the kitchen sink up. Change of personnel, change formation. As soon as I typed that, 3 subs for Blues, Chong for Hannibal, Jukey for Collan, and Bellingham for George Hall. I feel sorry for Bellingham. He's a talented lad. I just don't think he had the right rub of the green today. Blues had a nice little spell of pressure for about 5-10 minutes. Then a Sunderland player hit the deck for literally nothing happened. It was actually the goal scorer, Traore. Nothing had happened. Blues fans were really sounding their displeasure, and the player was on the deck about 5 minutes. First touch from Chong on the ball, and he absolutely steamed past 2 players. Past Longello, creates a corner. St Andrews burst into life. All you could hear was blue noses. Ball came in. Bielik came storming in like a freight train. Hit the ball for a shot, but deflected out. Hall beat everyone to get to the ball. One of the Sunderland lads actually landed on Bielik. Lots of worried looks as Bielik was staying on the deck for a while. And then an emergency substitute for Sunderland, Patrick Roberts came on for Amad Diallo. Talk of concussion, but I didn't see how. There was a definite boost. Hall had been fantastic in this second half. His pace, his moves. Sunderland didn't know what the hell was going on. Chong brought down right at this side of the box. Nothing given. Play allowed to continue. More brilliant play from Blues. Bakuna on the right goes around one, passes the ball to Deeney, who then gets it to Hogan. Hogan with a bit of a heavy touch, tries to recover, catches a Sunderland player. Longello does recover the ball, but the ref had already blown the whistle. Sunderland were really trying to rely on dirty tactics to break the play now. They knew they'd kind of kicked us in the nuts and we were fighting back. Trusty had a fair tackle on Pritchard, but the ref blew a whistle. Chong again shortly after brought down. Nothing given, of course not, it's Chong. Corey Evans was rolling around the floor after Hogan took the ball away from him. Referee gave a yellow to Evans for unsporting behaviour and Hogan gave him a gobful. I was quite happy with that. Shouts for penalties for the Blues fans as well as the players, but the flag went up, offside. Looking at the replay, it wasn't bloody offside. Pritchard kicks Bielik, but the referee gives the free kick to Sunderland. Don't exactly know how that worked, but it did. Blues were really amping up the pressure. Jukey, Chong and Hall really lit a spark under their arses of this team. Longello with a great run from a long throw-in from Ruddy. Cross the ball, Sunderland defender misses it. Jukey, edge of the box, inside the box. He plays it at the back of the net. That's his first goal in 12 months. His last goal was November 2021. The game kicked into life and we were battering them. The Sunderland keeper was time wasted like an absolute knobhead. See if I can actually see the goal here. Yeah, Ruddy throws it out. Longello picks up the ball, takes it for a bit of a jaunt. I didn't expect much. I weren't expecting it. Then Jukey pops up out of nowhere. Gotta love the guy. Gotta love the Jukey goal. This was Sunderland's second goal. See, Longello just shut off. He was asleep. He was absolutely asleep, not doing his job, and that really pissed me off. And it was a good goal, can't argue it. I don't want to watch it again, it'll make me cry. But Sunderland, they could, at that point when our goal got in, they couldn't string 2 passes together. They were shell-shocked. Jukey wins another free kick close to the Sunderland box. Bakuna standing over the ball. I thought he was eyeing up a shot, but he passed it to Chong on the left, who sliced it to Longello. I'm not exactly sure what happened after that because the ball was bouncing around like a ping-pong ball. But all I know, there was 2 shots on goal. How Sunderland survived, I've got no idea. Looking at the replay, it was actually the ball bounced off Hall, and it looks like he accidentally cleared it. No fault of Hall. The ball carried through and a massive wall of players. Subs for Sunderland, Sims and Pritchard off for Embleton and Matete. Subs for Blues, Bielik off for Jordan James. Another corner for Blues with Longelo and Chong linking up well. Longelo had really been great since, ironically enough, because he just tore him apart, since Chong had gone on, he'd been fantastic. But Tete yellow carded for a challenge on Chong and kicking the ball away. Deeney's cross to Hogan's header at the edge of the box, inches away from going in. 7 minutes added on. Chong was dragged out inside the box. He was actually held back by his arm. Nothing given. Then he got Hall got absolutely chopped down by Clark. No need whatsoever. Clark was given a yellow, and Longelo was given a booking right at the end of the match as well. Not a clue what for, but unfortunately it does mean Birmingham City lost 2-1. And it's really frustrating because we didn't play badly in that last little bit. I think the schedule of games has had a lot to do with this. I also think just that we weren't expecting Sunderland to come out with that kind of press. At the first half, at the start of the second half, Sunderland played how we had been playing for weeks now, and we just couldn't cope with it. I think, I generally do think if we had Dean back in the squad with Colin on the right, these goals wouldn't have happened. But saying that, Longelo shutting off for the second, just switching off for that second goal, that shouldn't have happened. I'm hoping John Eustace, lights a fire under his arse and that doesn't happen again. But that is it. It has finished now. Sunderland 2, Birmingham 1, and it means we are still, unfortunately, 10th in the league. And I think that actually puts Sunderland 1 point behind us now. So that's a good boost for them. Really unfortunate. Now we go into the international break and we're going to go to watch a World Cup that no one actually gives a shit about. Okie dokie. Well, I'll see you on the next one. And like always, please like, share and subscribe. And I say it all the time, keep right on, everyone.